Well, hello you bearded bastards, and welcome to another of my Short Fortress episodes. Now usually when I do one of these Short Fortress episodes, there's some sort of an experiment in mind. But today, I'm not intending on trying anything out at all. I just want to play Dwarf Fortress. Dwarf Fortress is a fantastic fantasy world simulator, and it does that really well. It sets up an entire world for you. It doesn't make a story for you, it just sets up the stage for you. And what I like to do is go into that world and drag those stories out, kicking and screaming. And yeah, that's my intention today. I've just created a brand new world, and we're going to start playing Adventurer mode. And we get to choose a race here. How about a goblin? I've always been a big fan of goblins. Let's do it. We'll be a goblin from Ulinglocum, the Crazed Spear. That is a dwarven civilization. Yes, in this world, goblins are integrated into dwarven society, which is pretty cool. I always love when that happens. Now let's see, what does our hero want to do? Well, I don't think our goblin hero here has any big ideas of going out into the world and slaying dragons, monsters, that sort of stuff. That being said, a little agility never hurt. Toughness, sure. I'm also going to give him some social awareness, some patience, gotta have patience. Willpower? Sure, why not? Creativity, always important, and we'll finish him off with some musicality. There we go. Now for skills, let's see here. Reader, sure. How about a touch of carpentry? There we go. Couple points into dodging, a little bit in swimming here. Flatterer? Why the hell not? A goblin's gotta be good with his words. Thrower? Sure. Biter? Why not? And that's gonna about do it. Kind of a mixed bag, really. Okay, now let's see here. I prefer to be a peasant, not locally important. I like to play as the little guy. And now let's see, where's our goblin going to start on the map here? Here we are. You are a peasant in Diamond Scours, a dwarven helix, and you have never strayed far from home. You are a worshipper of Vush, the dwarven goddess of fire. Very cool. And now let's see, our name shall be, gonna hit this randomize button a whole bunch here, and it's going to be Moses. Moses Cybrekdodak. Moses salve-clasped. And Moses is starting off as a female here, so what the hell will be a female? A female goblin from Diamond Scours. Sounds good to me. Her hair is extremely long. Her nose is upturned. Her tall head is extremely narrow. She has a prominent chin. She has a broad body. Her flattened, small-lobed ears are short. Her red eyes are slightly sunken. Her hair is lilac. Her skin is green. Her lips are somewhat thin. Oh, ooh la la. My oh my, quite an attractive young lady, I'd say. Let us continue. She personally dislikes cooperation, and she dreams of crafting a masterwork someday. Okay, planting a seed for this story here. We can work with it, and so let's get started. And here we are, inside a cozy helix in the dwarven village of Diamond Scours. There are a few other dwarves here, villagers, peasants most likely. I doubt this Diamond Scours is a very big place. It's the 15th of Granite, early spring, probably a bit chilly, I would imagine anyways. Early morning. This is my home, but I'm thinking it's time to head out of here. Diamond Scours is nice and all, but a goblin's gotta make her own way in this world. We can't be cooped up here forever. We have to leave our own mark. I dream of crafting a masterpiece one day. Now what form that masterpiece will take is up for time to decide, but one thing's for certain, I'm not gonna make that masterpiece in this tiny town. And so, I head out. And I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna even bother taking anybody with me. A foolish thing to do, mind you, seeing as how it's such a dangerous world out there, but I do dislike cooperation, so it's just the way things are gonna be. And so we say goodbye to Diamond Scours, heading down this dusty path, southward, out of town. And I think I'm just gonna keep heading this way here. Just following this road, straight out of town. You know what Moses wants is a place to call her own. Not a town or a village or some place where she has to cooperate with others on a regular basis. She wants her own place. That being said, she doesn't dislike people for sure. She just doesn't want to work with them. So I'm thinking we should start a tavern. I think that'd be pretty cool, huh? I'll just keep going down this path here, and eventually we'll find a good place for it. Maybe a nice crossroads or something. Doesn't have to be a big place or anything. But one thing's for certain, it's gonna have to have trees nearby, so we have enough sturdy timbers to build the place out of. Alright, I never took a look at our inventory. Okay, let's see here. Cloth trousers, a silk dress, robe, cap, porcupine leather gloves. Interesting. A water skin, a backpack, a large copper dagger, and a copper spear. Also, I see down here a coating of Moses' goblin tears in each of her eyes. That's interesting. Maybe she's already starting to feel a little homesick. But no, this is our path now. We have to find our own way. And that's okay. Alright, it's a little bit later in that same day, and here we are in the perplexing mire. An interestingly named place just down the road from our hometown at a nice crossroads. It's currently a layer of snow on the ground here. It's a bit cooler here than our hometown, just the way the wind travels through the mountain pass. Taking a look around, we do have plenty of trees here, which is nice. Bit of a slope right here. I can't currently see the road, but I think it's right here. So perhaps we'll make our little tavern up here on this hill. If we put an inn/tavern up here, all travelers will be able to see it as they approach. And I think that'd be pretty cool. Here's the place. This will be our new home. Now it is starting to get a little bit later in the day, which is a bit worrisome. As I said, I don't imagine this place is very safe, being so far out from town, so I guess I better get to work really quick. Now, first things first, we need to claim this place as our own, and we will do so by planning out our tavern. Alright, there we go. That's gonna get us started anyways. We have a nice main hall here, with some fortifications, looking out onto the hillside, as well as a couple small rooms off here, and one slightly larger one over here for Moses. And over here we have a staircase leading upwards to nothing. There's nothing up here yet. We still have to clear away some of these trees out here. This is just the ground floor so far. Oh, and then over this way here I have a little place set up for a workshop. Gonna want to make our carpenter workshop be a little bit farther away from that main area, just so we don't disturb the patrons, you know. Now that the first stages of our tavern is planned out, I guess we should name the site. Let's do it. Alright, we're going to want a name that conveys cheerfulness, and also conveys the fact that we have food and drink here. And so we shall be named De Benstetten Fathkal, the cheerful inn of meals. That should get our point across just fine. Okay, now that it's all planned out and set up ready to go, we're going to need stuff to construct the place with, namely logs from these trees. Oh boy, we have a lot of work ahead of us, that's for sure. It certainly would be helpful if I had anybody here to work with me, but I do dislike cooperation, so this is my burden alone. And so let's get to it. We're gonna have to make ourselves an axe, start cutting down trees, and I'm probably gonna try to head to a nearby town before nightfall, just to be safe. Gods forbid we get attacked by night creatures on our very first night. That wouldn't make for an interesting story at all. There we go, we have a nice sandstone axe now. Doesn't sound very effective to me, but we'll give it a go. I'm only gonna cut down a couple of trees because I really want to get back to town before nightfall. 1, 2, and I'll cut down a third here. And now we'll head out of here, and we'll return tomorrow. Kolkaten is just to our southwest, another dwarven hillocks. That'd be the best choice, so that's where we're going. And we arrive just as night falls. We'll get some rest and resume on the morrow. A pleasant rest, but now it's back to work. This is basically how things are going to work for a little bit now. Just going to town at night, heading back in the daytime, and just repeating this process until the tavern's complete, or I get attacked and eaten by some horrible creature. Very likely. Tell you what, I'll get back to you if either of those things happen. I will be right back. 17th of Granite, 86. I spent the past 2 days cutting down enough timbers for our construction, and now finally I think I have enough. The weather here in the perplexing mire has been cruel. The wind whips constantly, and snow still covers the ground. I'm hoping the spring thaw arrives shortly, but for now I concentrate on my work. So far the work has been cumbersome, and now with the full breadth of my task before me, I find it slightly daunting. I do dislike cooperation, but more hands would help speed my work greatly, something I'm considering. My nights spent in Kolkaten have been pleasurable, but the daily trek to the construction site is beginning to become tedious. All the more reason to take others with me, I suppose. I spoke with Thab again last night. Again, he allowed me to spend the night in his home. He has been so helpful. I'm beginning to think he fancies me. 26th of Granite, 86. Yet another day of satisfying labor comes to an end. I certainly am glad that I decided to hire on some help. The tavern wouldn't be completed until timber without it. Just today we put the finishing touches on the first floor. It's good to finally see my dreams coming together. The wind has let off in its icy assault these past few days, and the sun has begun to creep higher in the air. I'm so excited. I don't know how much more of this cold I can take. Uvash was attacked by a capybara today. I still don't know why he decided to pick a fight. He has suffered some major injuries. Hopefully he gets back up on his feet soon. There's still work to do. 6th of Slate, 86. Today is a joyful day. De Benstetten Fathkal can finally open its doors to patrons. Every timber is set, furniture in place, and I couldn't be happier. Spring has officially begun now. Finally, we no longer have to worry about winter's frigid assault. I could not be more happy about the resulting structure. It is a sturdy building that will serve me well for many years. Finally, I have a place to call my own, built by my own hands. De Benstetten's doors are open for business. It did take a little bit longer than I expected, but thanks to the villagers who helped build the place, it did go a bit quicker. And now that Debenstetten is completed, we're faced with a couple of issues. Well, I guess first of all, we need actual tavern goers here. Very important. Second of all, we're gonna need food and alcohol if we're gonna be serving those patrons, neither of which you can actually make in adventure mode. So I'm not too sure how to do that. Well, I suppose before we get any patrons here, we should have food and drinks prepared. But where to find them? Down the road a ways, just past Kolkaten, a small group of dwarves has their own dreams. These dwarves are known as Kubor-Idad, the workers of feasts, and the place they're going to call their home is Korsitavam, festive farms. They are 7 in number, none of whom are particularly skilled in labor, save for Kag the cook and Mebzeth the brewer, both professionals in their craft. They are led here by Etter Milbilaz, a dwarf some would call unfriendly, but also a dwarf who dreams of creating a great work of art. Now 80 years old, she has reached the halfway mark in her life, and really it's high time to create that work of art. Her nose bridge is concave, her teeth are gapped, her very long hair is arranged in double braids. Her slightly close-set raw umber eyes have slightly large irises. Her head is somewhat narrow, her dark tan skin is slightly wrinkled, her hair is sandy taupe with a touch of gray. Etter Milbilaz is a stout, tough-hearted soul indeed, but she has a good head on her shoulders, and a dream burns in her heart. Nothing can stop her. You see, Etter's dream is to create a farm here, on the bank of this winding brook. Etter's dream is to build a farm that will provide the surrounding dwarven settlements with the highest quality ingredients. Fresh produce, eggs, meats. It's currently the 15th of Felsight, late spring, prime time to start farming. Yes, it's not going to take long before this farm is in full swing. That being said, we do have some work to do. The countryside is currently fairly quiet. We can work in peace for now. Our first task will be to get a building up for our dwarves to live in, as well as to get a protective wall around an area so we can work in peace. It shouldn't be a big deal. I'm gonna get started. Okay, it's starting to come together, I think. Currently the 24th of Moonstone, early winter, and Korsitavam's looking pretty good. Let me zoom out a little bit here. Here we are, we can see the surrounding wall. That's all in place now. You see we have this small entryway here, right by this bridge, next to the trade depot. And just inside here we have our farm plots going, currently growing blackberries and grapes. Good stuff. Over here you can see a meeting hall. Over here there's a warehouse, just for general storage. And down south across this brook you can see our animal pasture. And actually up this way here, let me zoom back in. There we are. We can go down, down, down to this level. Nothing in here quite yet. But this is where all the cooking and brewing will be done, as well as food storage, and a small sleeping chambers on the side. That should be done shortly. Overall, I'd say Etter is fairly satisfied with the work that's been done here so far. This empty plot of land by the brook has come right along, but we still have yet to actually produce any delicious ingredients. The hope is that we can start doing that next year, in the spring. We've had a few migrant waves. We're up to 16 dwarves here now. The more the merrier, and there's only been a single unfortunate death so far. One of the migrant children, playing make-believe, they got caught in a tree. Apparently they couldn't get down in time and dehydrated. Very unfortunate. And aside from that, we actually did have some worrisome news this past autumn when the merchants arrived. It seems that the armies of Astrog Hexmines, a war chief from the goblin civilization nearby, are marching on one of the dwarven hillocks just to the north. Not much we can do about it here though. We have our wall in place now, but it will help us out if they do show up here. Certainly hoping that they don't. Well, as I said, we're looking decent enough here, but I'm seeing a lot of slacking dwarves at the moment, so we should get back to work. Come spring, the nearby settlements are going to be expecting food from us. We can't disappoint, and so we get back to work. It was a fine night. The first since last fall. A gentle breeze carried with it the smell of damp soil. The animals were quiet in the pasture. They sensed something, along with the earthy aroma. The gentle wind carried ill tidings. A field hand was the first to spot the beast as it bounded across the damp meadow. Its eyes glowed a foul yellow, its cinnamon scales oval-shaped and overlapping. The were-lizard Asp Sushatharir has come. A large lizard twisted into humanoid form. Now we know why we fear the night. And here it stands, out to the east of the farm. There are currently no dwarves very close to it. There are some animals which may help slow it down. Ugh, you know, we had just gotten the farm into a finished state, and we were actually just about to start producing foods and drink. But here we are, a were-lizard. I think we should actually be good. I'm really hoping anyways. As I said, the majority of dwarves are in the fortress right now, just some animals outside, and we could sacrifice those no problem. We don't have any sort of military whatsoever. Our only defense is this pitiful wooden wall and a couple of doors, so I guess we're just gonna have to hope for the best. I think we're gonna be fine though. Let's see. Alright, he's moving upwards. Oh, he's in the river. Oh my god. Oh, this isn't great. Okay, he's trying to go underneath the wall through the river, I think. He's currently devouring a cow, it would seem. He's up, he's in the fortress now. Oh my god, okay, he did something. He turned into a human now, and he is running, he's panicked, running around the fortress. The dwarves are chasing him, and they just beat him to death. Oh, good. Alright, so that's good. Somebody got wounded in that fighting, though. Oh, it's Mebzuth, the brewer. One of our most skilled dwarves. That's a shame right there. We can't let her die. She's the best brewer in the fortress by far. Alright, we'll have to put her somewhere safe. Well, I guess we'll just put her down in the dormitory for now. That's all we got. Yeah, that really stinks. Just hang in there, buddy. You'll be fine. No worries. Well, unfortunately, the best thing we can do at this point is just wait and hope for the best. Get some rest, Mebzuth. There's still plenty of work to do here. Ill tidings on the winds have brought peril to festive farms, but the dwarves there have survived. For today, anyways. Now, up the road a bit, past Damcolcatan, the goblin tavern keep, Moses, is facing peril of her own. Moses has been in charge of the cheerful inn of meals for more than a year now, and business is not good. With no nearby source of food and drink, the tavern's already infrequent guests always seem to leave dissatisfied. Capybara cutlets only go so far. Not to say that those guests are of particularly small importance in this world. You see, the cheerful inn of meals has become sort of a meeting place for the surrounding dwarven settlements. In fact, some of the most important figures of the dwarven nation meet here regularly now. Situated on a crossroads as it is, the cheerful inn has become a popular place to meet up to discuss politics. Barons, baronesses, even the general has come to the tavern, which makes the fact that we don't have adequate food or drinks that much more shameful. So today we take a stand. Actually, Moses just got word that there's a nearby farm that just opened its door to new customers, just down the road a ways. And apparently the place has pretty high quality food and drinks. Festive Farms, I believe the name is. And so we're gonna go check that out. No longer shall the cheerful inn's larder be bare. Currently today is the 19th of Hematite, 87. Late spring, it's starting to get warmer outside. The air is crisp, refreshing. Smell that? White stork. That brings me back. The sky is clear, the sun is high in the eastern sky, and there's a cool breeze blowing from the east. A beautiful morning. We have plenty of time before night falls. We should easily be able to reach this festive farms before night. Oh my goodness. It's the Queen. Your Majesty. Here on important business, I assume? Well, yes, I do realize it's morning, and I currently don't have anything to offer in the way of food, but ooh, I do have some capybara meat here. Please enjoy. It's not that bad, I promise. Anywho, terribly sorry, I must get going. And so we hit that trail. Onwards to festive farms. Alright, this must be the place. Just down to the south here. I can see it now. It's a quaint little farm. Seems well appointed. I'm sure I'll find exactly what I need here. Ah, and here we are. Oh, we look to have some nice fields here. Are these berry bushes? Blueberries and blackberries. Why, I never. And over here, across this river, animals. A whole bunch of geese, ducks, and cows. Do my eyes deceive? Well, this place seems perfect, honestly. It looks like they have everything we need for the tavern. A dream come true. What's this now? I hear something outside the wall. That can't be good. It sounds like combat. I can't really make it out though. Well, maybe I can check that out. Let's have a look. Alright. Managed to get on top of the wall. Oh man, what's this here? What is that? Blood? What happened? I can see something down there. Can't quite make it out. It seems reptilian. Oh. An alligator snapping turtle. Oh, and it looks like a dwarf was killed by it. That poor guy. That must have been what I was hearing. Well, it's sad, but I guess that's just how life is away from the settlements. Alright, I'm gonna get down from here. I have to tell someone in charge what happened. I should also see if I can stay here for the night. Seems like a cozy enough place. That's for sure. Turtle attacks aside. Well, let's take a look around here. There's a way down here, and a corridor with some doors. Let's have a look. Hello? Hello? This area seems to be a kitchen. Very well appointed. This place is looking more promising by the second. Let's see, over here is a storage room. Ample storage. Oh, and they do have some wine barrels here. That's great. I'll have to see if I can barter for some before I leave. Well, I still have yet to see anybody here, though. Well, how about this room down here? Hello? By Vush's flames. What is that monster? Oh my god, it's on me. Someone help! Anybody! I've got to get away. Back up the stairs. Is it following me? Right on my heels. Oh, it's got me. Back down. Oh, it bit me, my arm. I'm thinking now might be an excellent time to get rid of these coyote corpses in my backpack. I'm not too sure why they're in there. I guess I'm gonna try to run down this hall here. Maybe I can lose him down here. Really hoping so. Keep running, Moses. Keep running. Alright, I'm looking good, looking good. Alright, back to the stairs. Okay, we're up. And we're out. I'm just gonna keep going. Screw this place. Alright, I made it out. Man, oh man, that thing got me pretty good on my arm. But I should be fine. Well, so much for a promising new farm. Well, one thing's for sure, I'm not going to be spending the night here. I guess I'll just head back to Untitled Chapter. I still have a little bit of time before dark, I think. What was that thing? It looked like a lizard, but it was far too big. I don't know, we just got to get out of here. Oh, what happened? Where am I? And why am I naked? What's going on here? No, this doesn't make any sense. What is this? It's a pile of meat on the ground here. It looks to have once been a horse. Where's all my stuff? My dagger's sitting on the ground here, but that's it. What happened? I'm noticing the wound on my arm is now healed. That's bizarre. I have a feeling there's some foul magic at play here. And what's that over there? Is it a body? It's a goblin, covered with blood. What happened here? Well, no disrespect to the dead, but I need some clothing. Blood splattered or not, only some tattered pants here. They'll have to do. This is not good. I have no idea what happened. I remember getting bitten by that thing yesterday. Maybe it did more damage than I thought. But why is my bite healed now? That doesn't make any sense. Well, you know, I was gonna leave this horse corpse here, but that's good meat, so I'm gonna grab it. Now I gotta figure out where we are. Find some answers, maybe. Let's get to higher ground. Okay, I see Untitled Chapter. We're just to the south. I'm gonna head over there. Alright, so we left home looking for that damn farm. We found the farm. I ended up getting attacked by that lizard thing, whatever that was. And the next thing you know, I'm out on the road next to a couple of corpses. It just doesn't add up. Alright, well, it looks like I'm here. Well, I don't particularly want anybody to see me shirtless, so I'm gonna start sneaking around. Maybe I can at least find a shirt. Alright, what's this here? I haven't seen anybody yet, but there is a body here on the ground. A dwarf. Something's not right here. Well, I don't see anybody around. Damn it, they're not wearing a shirt, but they do have some other effects. I'm just gonna grab those real quick. Got some gloves. I kind of feel bad, but it's not like he's using them. Alright, what's going on around here, huh? Something is definitely wrong here. To hell with social graces. What the hell did I just walk into? What is going on here? There are corpses on the ground. Corpses of those lizard creatures. And some dwarves. Giving me some pretty odd looks, I would imagine. Now wait one damn second. This stuff on the ground here. It's all my stuff. Well, what the heck's it doing here? Well, I'll be taking that back, thank you very much. As for the rest of this scene, I'm not sure what to make of it. Alright, now that we're properly clothed. Could someone please tell me what's going on around here? I'm not sure. They all seem like they're fairly busy. Well, I'll leave you guys to it. But I'm still gonna keep looking around. But from the looks of it, we're under siege by some awful lizard creatures. I don't know, maybe I can find Thab. He could probably tell me. Alright, I just found the mayor's home. Let's talk to him a little bit. Greetings, my name is Moses Self-Clasped. I was wondering if you could help me out. What could you tell me about Thab Focus Stockade? I'm sorry to tell you the goblin Thab Focus Stockade is dead. Thab is dead? By Vush's flame. It must have happened in that attack last night. That's absolutely shocking. Well, I suppose I should get back to the tavern. Thank you for the information. I can't believe it. What's going on around here? Ever since yesterday, everything has been upside down. I hope I can make it home safe. Can home even be safe anymore? Well, I guess we'll have to hope so. I'm not letting go of it. Here we are. And I'm greeted by a baroness. Avert your eyes, I have nothing to eat, I'm sorry. Just keep going. Oh, okay, we're home, finally. Man, that was a wild trip. Well, it's good to be able to finally sit.
Excuse me, dear girl. I had heard through the grapevine that you had gone out to get some food, and some drinks, perhaps. I couldn't help but wonder if you succeeded in your task.
No, I did not succeed. Now take some damn capybara meat and enjoy it. Threw it across the room, landed on a table. Perfect.
Why, I never.
Oh, this tavern. Cheerful inn of meals. Can't usually say it's full of cheer these days. Or meals. But I suppose we're gonna have to make do. I should really start thinking about putting up some extra defenses. I did not imagine my new life turning out like this. Alright, Moses, don't lose hope. We still have a life here. Tomorrow we'll start building defenses. I'll head to Kolkaten, see if I can't find some willing laborers, and we'll put up a nice protective wall around our tavern here. Yeah, I've got a feeling that things are gonna work out just fine for the cheerful inn of meals.
Excuse me, girl. Aren't you going to cook this steak?
Shut up. Yes, tomorrow is going to be a much brighter day, I think. And so the next morning, Moses set about her work, cutting down more trees. And even more trees. There was no way she would let go of her dreams. This was her place, the start of her new life, and she'd be damned if it was ruined so quickly. The days passed, the lumber stacked up. She hired a new group of laborers from Kolkaten, workers who were eager to leave the hillocks after the tremendous bloodshed only days before. They went to the cheerful inn and helped to construct its new walls. And when they were finally up, all were impressed with these new defenses. The laborers, the barons, even the general and the queen. And by mid-Malachite, all agreed that the cheerful inn's defenses were sufficient. However, this fact seemed to do nothing to allay the complaints of the dwarven nobility, who were quick to note that there had been no lizard attacks in the past month, and were quicker to note that there was still no high-quality drinks or food in the tavern as of yet. A problem for tomorrow in Moses' mind. But for tonight, she had earned a well-deserved rest. But tonight, she would get no rest. There would be no rest for Moses at all. And this sleepless night would change the dwarven nation. Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed watching this episode. I certainly enjoyed making this episode. As I had said at the beginning, I went into this episode with no plans in mind whatsoever. I just wanted to play as an adventurer, and look at the story that came out of it. Absolutely amazing. Half of this game is coming up with things on your own, the other half is dealing with things that happen to you. And that's how the stories are made. And I love that. In fact, I'm gonna tell you what. Now that I'm at the end of the episode, I plan on making a series of this. Not another main gigantic series, mind you, I don't think. But maybe just like a mini series, perhaps? From what I understand, it looks like the new update's gonna take a little bit longer than I had expected to get into a proper working order. I mean, it works fine enough for now. But before I go delving into a new series, I think we'll try this out for a while. A mini series. What do you say? I mean, the events of this episode are just so perfect. This is a world that's about to be thrown into turmoil. If you can read between the lines, that is. And it would be a shame just to do one episode of this, I think. So, I'm sticking with it for now. Gonna do a few episodes out of it, and we'll see what happens down the road. Does that sound good? Good. Oh, and you know, actually while I'm recording this, I just realized I'm supposed to be doing another holiday episode like I did last year. Oy. Let's plan on that for next week, a holiday episode. It's gonna be a little bit shorter than usual, just so I can get all my holiday preparations in line, you know. But then after that, we'll continue this mini-series. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining me today, and I do hope you'll join me next time here in Ja-Alu, the Dimension of Wind, which is the name of this world. And until then, you bearded bastards.